Hi, I'm Zach Stewart.
Laura Hotchkiss.
And I'm Daniel Kvoras. On this podcast, we improvise in character as hosts of a morning radio show in a fictional country called the Driftwood Isles.
Everything we say is made up, and none of the events, people, or places are real.
It's that simple. Now enjoy this episode of Good Morning Driftwood. And welcome back to Good Morning Driftwood, folks. You've got me, Dirk Wiley, and my lovely hosts with the mosts, the ever-resplendent Penelope MacGuffin.
Just over here being resplendent.
And the enigma of Driftwood.
Or am I?
Bench PerDiem. Oh, so enigmatic. I question everything with you, Bench.
I am. It's me. Hi.
It's Bench. It is Bench.
Hello.
It is Bench. Oh, what a mystery, that man. I look over at him every day, and what's going on in that wonderful mind of his?
I wonder the same.
Oh, so you're not even in control of it all the time.
Who's to say?
Oh, let's go on this roller coaster together,
We
buddy.
don't have to get into it right
Every
now.
day.
It's fine.
All right. Well, I do have something I would like to get into.
Please.
There's a new food company from one of Driftwood's most beloved celebrity chefs. Yeah, that's right. Chef Lionel Titty is branching out from his Michelin-starred restaurant and starting a company specializing in making swan jerky. Driftwood, of course, is one of the world's leading exporters of jerkies and fruit leathers. It's a specialty here, and I'm told that Chef Titty has plans to produce a whole variety of jerkies and leathers through his new company. So head on down to your local grocer and pick up a pack of Lionel Titty's swan jerky. What do we think, gang? Lionel Titty's swan jerky.
I don't think
Are we excited?
ever tasted swan jerky.
No.
If I think about it.
You haven't tried Chef Titty's swan jerky?
I don't think Chef Titty's swan jerky is ever... Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that in my mouth. I don't think
Have
so.
you had his duck jerky? Because at his restaurant, he's quite famous for his duck jerky.
It's a big jerky themed restaurant. His newest one, I believe. Yeah.
No, I mean, like both, like all of us have enjoyed a little evening there once or twice. Some really delicious food, some food I did not understand.
What did you not understand? He really pushes the boundaries of cuisine.
Some of the meats, I was like, should that be paired in that way? Also,
Such as, for example?
Was it the turtle and crab dish?
I mean, that kind of made sense in that it was like, okay, they're
Thematically, they're in
both
shells.
watery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shells from the sea.
Shells from the sea.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I don't want to accuse anyone of anything. But sometimes I do think that he just points at like a children's illustration of some animals and goes, that today.
Were you there for the 100 Acres Feast?
I was
Oh, that was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I loved the decor they did for that as well.
Yeah, I mean
Were you there?
I was there. I feel like I'm like slightly less of a fan than you two. Like
I do remember. I feel like I would remember
Yeah.
if you were there, but
No,
we do go there. Like we bring you a lot. Benj and I
Yeah.
love Lionel
Oh,
Titty.
yeah.
yeah, I'll be honest,
We go back to the kitchen. We get invited back.
You
It's
do.
so
He's
exciting.
become a personal friend. Just
Yeah.
It
because of-
really is, yeah. And I sometimes wonder maybe that personal friendship is the reason why sometimes it's like the rose-tinted glasses are on the menu, you know?
you
like-
think maybe we enjoy the food because we enjoy the man.
Yeah, yeah.
How can you not enjoy him, though? He is the life of the party.
Okay,
Yeah.
once he
Just love
served
Titty
up,
so much.
Kimono Dragon.
Yeah.
Like that was just, it was like Kimono Dragon on a bed of rocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Edgy.
Is it? Like, yeah, I mean,
How could it not be? You got dragon on the menu.
yeah.
How many
What more
menus
do
have
you
dragon
want?
on it?
Yeah.
It's just such a very like masculine energy, the whole thing.
Because he can jerky anything.
He can jerky anything. That's what he says.
That's what he says.
It says it right there on the menu.
Yeah.
Well, they have also like a sign on the shop front that says, "We will jerky anything."
Yeah, you can bring your own meat and they'll jerky it for you.
Look, it's a long
like
tradition in the Driftwood Isles of Sunday jerking. We've all done that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I just think maybe it's more of a guy thing that you're like jerky anytime,
Jerkying
any
is
day.
a guy thing.
Yeah. Like maybe it's just like a real guy thing that you're like, I I'm happy jerking any time of day. Like, whereas I'm more of a...
Really? I think women... I mean, you know, it's a modern society. Women can jerky as much as guys do.
Sure. But I just think like this place in particular just sometimes has like a real aggressive masculine energy.
I get it. I get it.
You know? Whereas I feel personally like, I don't know, maybe there needs to be like a bit more pomp and ceremony, you know?
You like a little more theatricality, perhaps.
Yeah, like
it's the dining experience that you take issue with as well.
Yeah, I think it's the experience and just like the wham bam, thank you, ma'am nature of it. Just like
you want a little more attention, a little more care, maybe a little more preamble, a little more hors d'oeuvres, appetizers. They don't really do appetizers.
Yeah.
No.
And it's like warm us up a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
No, just main courses.
Let me buy into a theme, okay? Let's go on a journey together, you know? Let's really like build out, I don't know, like a fantasy, and we'll just go through that for a prolonged period. Whereas I feel sometimes you two, it's just like, bam, put it on a plate, 3 minutes later, it's gone.
Yeah.
Brush off the hands, you're done. You know, clean up, we're out of here.
Yeah. Because, you know, when they give you the entrees, they give you the jerky, they give you the knife, and you go right into you stab right into the jerky. You don't want to go right to penetration. You want to warm up a little bit. You want to get everyone comfortable at the table. You want to ease into the experience in a nice way.
Whereas you're literally just like, it's there, here we go, 3 minutes later, done.
In and out.
Onwards. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes it just feels like, it's just like a weird energy there for me.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe a little bit more pomp and circumstance, and certainly like, maybe the swan that's an elegant, graceful creature.
It is a beautiful creature.
I think that's a very intentional choice for their first product for his distribution company to be swan jerky. It's sort of setting a brand, setting an elegance, setting a tone.
It's also quite nice to be like, oh, I can take that home. You know, I can do this within the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
you can make the night that you want for yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Or like maybe you're going to make it something special. Maybe you're like, I don't know, going to go like a hotel or, you know, and then you can take it with you.
Okay.
You know?
Take the swan jerky to a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to go to a hotel to eat store-bought swan jerky.
Yeah, just to make
Could you not just bring it home?
See, I think this is the difference as well, where like you two are like literally anywhere, an alleyway, like the backseat of someone's car.
Bench and I were eating jerky in an alleyway the other night.
Well, we happened to come across an alley while we were both peckish, and we had a bunch of jerky with us.
We found alley jerky, and we're not going to put that to waste.
No,
you know?
and you two...
You know what they say, if you don't pick a jerky, then you're a jerky.
Yeah, and you
know
two...
that
They do say that. That's why it floats so smoothly off your tongue.
so smoothly.
You can't leave a piece of jerky you found, because that, again, makes you a jerky.
Yeah, and I think it is this thing as well where it's like, oh... You two have that thing where it's like if one person's jerky is, you know, one person's jerking, other person got a jerk.
It's contagious.
Like it's, yeah. You get caught up. And you two do love communal jerky. Like you two.
Sometimes we'll invite some friends and we'll circle jerky.
Yeah.
Just a whole gang of fellas.
Just all together.
Because the communal experience makes it even more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's great. I love to share good times with friends.
See your buddies' faces really enjoy the experience.
We all make intense eye contact.
Yeah, like we're really enjoying this jerky so much.
Do you have a favorite of the jerky options? Or
I like a turkey jerky. It's leaner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love an ostrich jerky. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How
about you, Bench?
I like a good orca jerky.
Oh.
A nice orca jerky.
That's rare.
Yeah.
More and more rare if you can find it.
And that's such a changed palette as well, because you in your youth, anything.
Oh, yeah.
Literally anything.
I would stuff my face with whatever you can find.
Yeah, some of the things that have been on your face.
Oh boy. We have ratings. We can't.
I know.
I meant like a age rating, but also just listeners. We can't get into those details.
No.
But everything that's been in Bench's face.
Hey, if I had a doubloon for everything that's been in my face,
you would have
a lot.
That's a good question about how much you've eaten in the entire course of your life.
Probably to the moon.
Is there a dish that you think you would...
The weight of it.
The weight of the...
Like how much weight of pure food you have consumed in your entire life.
I was going to ask, do you think there's a dish that you've had more than any other dish? Like
jerky.
If we were... jerky for you too, yeah. To be fair, you guys can't really get through a day without jerky.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't as familiar with jerky growing up. It's not as common in the West Coast. Now it's more, now that it's expanded more into that community, but it's more of a northern and an eastern thing. But over the course of my life, my jerky intake has increased dramatically. And especially once I got familiar with Lionel Titty, then I got really ramped up in my jerky consumption.
What were you up, what would you do before?
We did have fruit leathers. Because jerky and fruit leathers, of course, are. But the east side brought a lot of the jerky to that equation. West side brought a lot of the fruit leathers. And now, thankfully, I've been lucky enough that over the course of my life, I've seen those two sides marry one another. And now we can enjoy both things all across the Isles.
Vegetarians can jerky as well.
Yeah.
They're allowed.
That's a fruit leather.
Yeah.
Vegetarian jerky.
Yeah. That's all it is, really.
Guava leather.
Tofu leather.
Dragon fruit leather. You say tofu leather?
Yeah. You've never had tofu leather?
I never have.
It's so good. Yeah. It's really good. You can do so much with it, but I like to have it without any condiments or sauces.
Just straight tofu?
Yeah.
Just straight tofu.
Is it like salted or is it just the soy?
It's just dehydrated and made into leather.
I'm surprised that has a structural integrity that would...
Hey, would you think that a guava has? Or a swan?
I would assume a swan has structural
integrity. Definitely, just the muscle, the muscular.
The neck alone, the strength
Good
to
point.
keep that.
That's one of the choicest pieces of swan jerky.
I am not to go off on a side tangent, but I saw a stork recently, and they can really throw their heads back in a way that made me wonder what's inside there.
Their heads back.
Yeah,
is that where the babies are?
No, well, that is common misconception.
They have the babies in their heads and then they throw it back and then spit the baby out.
I think their heads are too small for that. I think the babies definitely must be in the nest in some description, but they make a noise where they just bash their beak together, but they'll throw their head back. Yeah, that's how
they hit
No, they're not hitting each other. They're just bashing
the top and the bottom.
Yes.
Of the beak.
Yeah, and then they'll throw their head back very sharply and aggressively and scream it out the other direction. But to you or me, it just looks like they don't have any neck bones because that can't be a thing.
It's like a violent kickback.
Very your neck's made of elastic because that shouldn't go in that direction.
If it's that elastic, you gotta be able to make some fine jerky out of that neck.
Oh yeah.
I don't want Lionel to think I'm stealing his job over here, suggesting
we should have Lionel on.
We should have Lionel Titty on, yeah. I'm sure he'd love to illuminate some of this stuff for us. Because I have a lot of questions about the process. Yeah. All I see is the magic that he comes up with, but how we get there, I don't even know.
Do you think that's such an age thing? When you're younger, you're just gimme, 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 I don't care. And then as you get older, you get a little bit more refined. You're a little bit more what is the process here? How
details.
do I... Because I guess as you become busier and, we all know, physically, maybe you can't consume or do as much jerky as you previously did. So it is real interesting that as you get older, you get a little bit more interested in the process. How can I make this last a little bit longer? How can I make this happen when I want it to happen and not, and not just...
Because when you're younger, you can jerky multiple times a night. Whereas now you want to take more time and make it more of an experience.
Yeah. And sometimes you maybe will start and then you'll be I don't want to finish. And then you'll put the jerky down.
Yeah. Just enjoy the experience of it.
Yeah.
The sensation.
I think that's an age thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's maturity. It's as you grow. As you grow and you learn your jerky self and your body.
It also does become a thing, I feel, with age of it's not just about the jerky itself. It's about who you share it with. You want to have that be a part of the experience. It matters
sweet.
more.
Yeah, it matters.
Yeah, you want to do it with someone you care about. That's
jerky is a food of love.
Yeah. And that's why you two together in the alleyway.
Yeah, I love Bench. I can say that as a friend. Yeah. Bench is one of my best pals in the world.
I love you as well, Penny. You should join us.
Honestly, it's fine.
It's fine if you don't.
that's not really like my scene for that kind of thing, you know.
Okay, sure.
okay.
I prefer like an implement as well. Like get me some cutlery, get me a plate. Like I'm not
we'll
just
go to
like,
Lionel's restaurant.
Yeah, you
then.
two just like hands, no sauce.
No.
Really,
Big
just big bib.
Just raw dog that jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some might say that the lack of sauce means we don't really need a bib, but still have it.
Yeah, that's true.
It
actually.
just feels
It feels
more of
fine.
Yeah, and you don't want to
like the ceremony of it. You were talking about you appreciate the ceremony of it. It's a little thing we do for ourselves just to add to that bit.
One of you ties the bib on one of you ties the bib on the other.
Then we have a reverent nod towards each other and then tie the other.
We have
Bow.
at least a couple of times we did Lady and the Tramp a piece of jerky, which was real.
Oh, that was a
sweet.
fun time.
Yeah.
Aw, a real two-hander.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I'm excited for the world really to experience Chef Lionel Titty's swan jerky.
I'm sure titties will be on everyone's lips in no time.
Indeed. And with that, we'll take it to our first commercial break. See you after. And welcome back to Good Morning Driftwood. Penelope, what do you have for us this morning?
Well, it's happening again. It's come around again. The Driftwood Doomsday Bunker Council have once again opened up their access lottery.
Oh, boy.
They are looking for new recruits. Residents of the Driftwood Isles can once again enter for a chance to be allowed access to the Doomsday Bunker. This council have been building an undisclosed location. Obviously, they are keeping it top secret. They don't want anyone to know.
Don't want to rush on it.
They don't want to rush. The bunker can hold 5,600 people, they've told us. And currently 50 spots have opened up from those on the list who have either died, defaulted on their payments, or have left the Isles. They are very particular about you needing to be on the Isles. They believe that when the Doomsday event happens, you're not going to like travel here to...
You're not going to be able to get here in time.
No.
Obviously.
The whole thing with the bunker is accessibility. You know, you got to get into it quickly. If selected, the lucky winners will be granted a bed in an 8-meter square room. Each room holds 6 winners, and you'll enjoy the privacy within the space of your own bunk bed. They've also told us that this all is for a rent of just £75,000 per annum until the Doomsday event occurs.
Reasonable.
They cut their prices since last time.
They really
That's
have cut their
a good
prices.
discount.
Now, they believe that the Driftwood Doomsday Bunker Council believe that the Doomsday event will be the burning of the seas in 2043. That's what they are currently saying. Previously, you know, obviously, like during different periods of world unrest, they sometimes change.
Thought it was more imminent.
Yeah. But they currently
They like to make
saying,
it topical.
Yeah. So just make sure if you are going into this that you do think you will have the finances available to pay $75,000
For
Until
per annum
2043.
until 2043.
That's 19 years
why-
from now.
I guess it's a situation of, do you hold out and hope that more spots open up, or do you want to lock that?
This
That's
is it.
true.
There's a lot of big questions, and obviously that's per person. So don't be thinking that you're getting your whole family in there.
Oh no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And if you are wondering why you'll only pay up until the Doomsday event, that's because the Doomsday Council have stated that there will be no money in the bunker PE post-event.
I mean, after the apocalypse, what value is currency?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's a smart choice on their call.
And you will also begin counting the years again. So they'll go back to year 0 at that point. It'll be 0 PE.
Of course.
It's really a lot to think about and to take in when you
It's
hear
heavy
this.
stuff. It's heavy stuff, and it's a morning show, and we keep it light. But these are things that are important. You plan for your day with us here in the morning, and we also want you to plan for your future.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, they have given me, I asked a few more questions and they gave me some more information. So if
good.
you're wondering, what does your 75,000 get you per annum?
I
Would
am.
love a breakdown of this. Yeah.
Oh, we got it for you. So you will get 1 liter of reclaimed water per person per day for drinking, hygiene, or cooking purposes. Up to you.
I'm gonna ask what reclaimed means.
Oh, that is, yeah,
That's
basically.
for sure, P.
That's for sure, P.
Or like, drain water,
Oh,
okay.
things like that. So
Bench
perked up
at drain
they
water.
added
Sorry.
options.
Sorry, I mean drain from inside the bunker, no external water source. So like, I
Well,
think,
it could be very contaminated if it's external, so that
Yes.
makes a lot of sense.
Yes, and I believe they have been building, water purification systems and whatnot.
I would
so,
hope so.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Technology these days is incredible.
Crazy, yeah.
We can reclaim all
Crazy.
sorts of things.
You will get use of one bathroom per 16 residents. So you and
Really?
15
Now
of your
that-
closest buds sharing a bathroom.
That feels a little
Look,
a
it's
little
not
low.
great, but if it's like again, it's a doomsday situation. We're not talking about like your day-to-day life. You know, it's not going to be comfortable.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, you're getting 45 minutes per day under the UV daylight simulator bulbs. So 45 minutes.
Okay.
Really to just like fend off that, seasonal
Get some
affective
vitamin D.
disorder. Yeah.
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Allow your eyes to see light again. And residents will
Again?
be, well, I guess
So you will lose vision,
I would assume
or
the
just
lack
maintain.
of, I would assume the lack of,
Natural light.
natural light probably will start to affect the body eventually.
There's no way to know.
Fascinating.
Yeah. There's a lot
I
there.
want, yeah.
Now,
I'm happy to say that I've got a spot on it. I'm just excited to also see how people deal with it. Like you
Yes.
said, the body's going to change and
Yes.
sight's going to change. I'm just curious for the people watching of this experience.
well, the big thing that I wanted to put to you is obviously residents will be put into factions within the bunker and you will have a new day-to-day role. They've stated it's either
Oh, this is
engineering,
new.
administration, or farming. No role for radio hosts there.
Oh, boy.
So,
I don't
we
have
could-
other skills.
Maybe we could petition. They'll need something to band around to gather together to a community element. Radio
I feel
really.
like eventually, once society starts to rebuild itself, entertainment will once again be viewed as an important service, but probably not at the beginning.
You're right.
Probably
At
not at the
first,
beginning.
people will probably be very concerned, but maybe that is when entertainment is the most important.
Hey, if we don't have that, if we don't have art, what are we living for? Am I right?
Amen, brother.
And if you, like you say, they maybe need a reassuring voice, someone they know already to deliver them news. Because as much
point.
as we're saying we're here for entertainment, we do deliver the hard-hitting news to the residents of the
That's also
Driftwood
true.
Isles. Like
Indeed.
we
Like
do
people
really
need to know about this
Yeah.
bunker situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they come to us because they are used to our dulcet tones. They know us all, and they see us as trustworthy. So maybe,
That continuity would be invaluable.
yeah, maybe you need to speak to the council because at the moment, from what I've heard, you will be going into farming.
They've got me listed for farming.
Farming, yep.
Oh, that's no good. I can't be dealing with farm equipment.
Not
a lot of-
again.
Is there still going to be dirt?
There's still
It's
dirt
still
in
going to
farming.
involve
Yeah,
in
yeah.
dirt, even though
Yeah.
it's underground, and presumably there's a lot of technology. I can't.
I
One
believe
might say
plants
that underground.
need dirt.
Yeah, I would say that also underground might entail more dirt,
More dirt.
This
than
is no
overground.
good. This
Also,
is no
with your
good.
1 liter of
Dirk, don't do
water,
dirt.
Dirk, don't do dirt.
Dirt don't do dirt.
Dirk, don't do no dirt.
Dirk, don't do no. Oh God, you
Dirk,
double
don't do no
negative
dirt.
again, and I'm confused.
Dirt don't do dirt.
There's so many different
I understand
negatives.
grammatically it's incorrect, but it feels right.
Yeah, okay. As long as you're
it
so
flows nicer,
emotional
right?
grammar.
You know what I'm saying. You know that when I say Dirk don't do no dirt, that I'm not saying Dirk does do dirt, even though grammatically,
that would be.
That would
all
be
know
accurate.
that what you mean is that dirt don't do no dirt.
indeed.
I think
I love when Bench just runs through it and makes it really flow. Like it's part of the lexicon, when you can when you can run through something like that and everyone knows what you're saying.
yeah.
That's when it's really an ingrained idiom.
Do wonder if you've thought this through, because obviously you're like we just said, it'll be underground, so maybe more dirt than normal. There will also
I'm going to see what I can do about that, obviously.
Yeah, there's only 1 liter of water, so you'll need to find a way to drink, cook, and clean yourself. So maybe you'll be dirtier than normal.
Okay, but there's 1 liter of water per person per day, right?
Yes.
Well, there's a limited number of people going into that bunker. Over time, maybe those numbers are going to thin out. If you know what I'm saying.
Or rise.
Could rise.
People could
People
multiply.
might be bored.
Well,
You know what people do when they're
that'll
bored?
take time for those numbers to rise.
No, but now
And
not 9 months or
maybe
so, give or take.
me and some ambitious friends will have a vested interest in those numbers lowering.
Dirk, are you talking about an uprising?
No. Uprising?
Is this...
That sounds violent and unwelcome. Whereas I think what I imagine is a much more positive thing.
Dirk, this feels like a mutiny.
I'm not doing farming, okay?
You gotta
Dirt
speak...
don't do no dirt.
You gotta speak to the council.
So what needs to happen for that to not happen is going to happen. And that made sense.
Grammatically, you are all over the place. I think the panic has got into your brain. I think the panic of this whole situation.
You said I was put on the list for farming.
You're farming.
And I'm going to be honest, my brain has been locked on what I need to do to not do farming.
Wait, Penny, are you on the list?
No,
yeah. What about you guys? Are you guys going to be in the bunker?
I am not on the list at the
You're
moment.
not in the bunker yet. Jump on one of these 50 spots.
Well,
absolutely not.
Penny,
No,
you're
thank
in the
you.
you're in
What
the bunker
would you
with
like
me,
to
right?
do?
No.
If you were in the bunker, which job would you like to do?
Are you in the bunker first of all?
No, oh no.
Guys.
I am just gonna let the fate of the fiery seas take me. Like, this future life does not sound enjoyable.
You want to go down with the station? Stay here while it burns?
You're from the north where Fenwheel is very revered, and so maybe
like the afterlife
they believe
sounds
that
great.
that's a wonderful experience to be taken by the fires of Fenwheel.
Yeah, like if you go through the fires, Fenwheel's got a party waiting for you.
Oh.
Now I
The
know
halls of Fenwheel are a big party space.
Yeah.
That sounds way better than farming underground with a bunch of idiots.
I know that you and Terry Wu both got a spot
Oh, yeah.
in the bunker. Like, I know that the two of you.
We made sure we were going to be roommates.
Yeah. Like the two of
we
you were
signed up
like.
together.
But I just don't know if. I don't know if this future life is worth it. You know?
Well, if it's farming, then hell no.
Yeah. Like, I just can't see. Like, does Terry know that partying isn't going to be a role in the bunker? Or did the two of you?
Excuse me?
Oh, God, you've not discussed this, have you?
Obviously not.
Is Terry also on farming?
Where's Terry?
Terry's in engineering.
Oh, that's good.
He does have a background.
He does have that degree.
He has a
brilliant.
master's in engineering, yeah.
Terry Wu is brilliant.
What can't he do?
Terry Wu.
He did engineering and then he went into animal control just because he had a passion for it, and then he became a DJ.
Yeah.
The man can do anything.
I mean, Terry Wu's passion for tranquilizing animals. What a guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was a veterinarian anesthesiologist.
Just tranquilizing him and then watching him wake up and
Be a little
sort of stumble
dopey,
around.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, little guy, he'll take care of you.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping...
He has a huge sanctuary up north as well. Terry Wu's Animal Sanctuary is a beautiful place. They really take care of those animals.
The rave he had there was what sounded on paper incredibly dangerous,
It did, right?
but actually very fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The animals were having a great time too.
Yeah.
They were safe and protected. The people were safe and protected.
Maybe he should be in farming,
It makes sense.
I don't think he's going to want to do that.
but he has a background.
He could really do anything.
Dark-
Maybe he should do farming.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be happy if there's no partying.
No, you're not going to be happy.
Terry
if there's
Wu
no
likes to
partying.
party. That's the name of
Yeah.
his place.
You personally will
That's the name of
suffer.
the animal sanctuary, right?
Both his club and his animal
Are
sanctuary.
both called Terry Wu
Terry Wu
likes,
likes
to party.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
real confusing.
I think.
You have to make sure, if you Google it, you definitely need to make sure you're going to the right spot.
Yeah.
Because people do show up to that animal sanctuary at like midnight ready to go.
Yeah.
And he's got a little space for that. Like they have a live stream of him DJing at his club on a screen at the animal sanctuary, because the animals like to party too.
They do. Some of those goats
Oh yeah.
love it.
Bleeding to the early hours of the morning.
Yeah.
And so if anyone shows up to the animal sanctuary at night, they can just join the animals in their party.
Yeah.
But he's going to want to party. So I think, honestly, it sounds like me and Terry would have no problem. I'm not going to say uprising.
yeah.
I'm not going to use the word uprising.
You've just started winking at us. I know it.
I was going to say, I'm not, so I don't currently have a spot, but I was hoping that my reputation as, gentleman sleuth might get me a spot on like the sheriff board.
Valuable
Okay,
skill.
so
like,
what
solve
part
some
of
valuable skill.
I believe from what they've said, your choices are literally engineering, administration, or farming. And as far as I can tell, administration does not have a police element
So
to
who's
it.
going to
overly
control
limited.
the people? Who's
Yeah.
going to figure out the crimes?
I think they are hoping for this new, like, everyone is in it
No
together.
crimes?
I'm assuming everyone will
Overly
be
idealistic.
so traumatized by the burning of the seas and the
Okay.
rush to get there, and the fact that they've
So now
probably
we're all
locked out their families.
Sitting
No
in there
secret police?
traumatized and miserable.
Yeah,
Farming.
yeah.
No secret police.
No secret police.
I
No
was
listening
really-
devices.
I was really excited about this bunker, but the picture you're painting sounds absolutely miserable unless me, Terry Wu, and now Bench do something about it.
Again, I just really want
This-
to again, solve crimes.
This feels like an uprising.
I want you to be there to solve crimes.
You've actively started a mutiny. You are actively trying to get more people involved.
5,000
right
people.
now.
How many people are in charge of the board?
There's like 12 of them on that board.
So 4,988 people versus 12.
I think the total number of people was 5,600.
5,600. So we're talking.
So 5,588.
You're so lost in this that you can't even do math anymore.
You're so good at it usually.
Was that not right?
No, it just took you a long time to remember.
It took you like 3 times. We give you like a math equation. You're like, yeah.
Well, half of my brain is planning this mutiny.
See, you've admitted that there's a mutiny.
It's gonna be a mutiny. What? Well, now that I know there's just 12 of them, I'm not as afraid to talk about it openly.
Do you want the names and email addresses?
We shouldn't put that out over the airwaves.
I'm not going to put it out over the airwaves.
We can't dox another board.
Like I have no skin in this game.
Our legal department has told us we can't dox any more boards.
They're really mad about it.
They're real mad.
Hey.
Those legal guys. Ugh.
Those legal
Annoying.
guys. Oh.
So annoying. Standards and practices. Liability.
Yeah. Don't get us sued again. Buh.
Buh.
What if we want to get sued again?
Buh.
Yeah.
You're not all real dads.
I want the smoke.
What's that? We need to go to
Matthias
break?
is looking at us again.
All right. Well, we want the smoke. Get underground. Find Fenwheel. Plan what you want to do with your post-apocalyptic journey. Whatever you choose, that's your journey, and enjoy it. But if you come in that bunker...
Grammatically, I don't know what's going on.
If you come in that bunker, Dirk don't do no dirt.
Dirt.
And we taking over. And welcome back. Penny, did you have something you wanted to add there before we kicked it to break?
Oh, I was just going to make sure we got you a couple coffees and maybe some like vitamin water just to...
Good thinking. I should be very well energized and fueled up for the impending uprising.
I just think we need to like get you back to being able to form sentences.
Have you tried to drink some Red Bulls?
Yeah.
Red Bulls.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you should have a few.
Usually those get me to like blackout stages at Terry Woo. Like, it's not the alcohol that does it has any effect on me. It's energy drinks.
Oh, okay. I was going to say they don't automatically
me
come in with vodka. Usually it's just the energy.
No, vodka. I can put that stuff back all day and be totally fine. But the energy drinks, those will send me flying.
You operate at such a high level of energy to begin with, as you should, as the host of Driftwood's #2 radio show.
Thank you.
So to add any form of stimulant onto that, I guess your body keeps going, but your brain doesn't
Soaring
commit
with the
anymore.
Eagles, Penelope.
Yeah, your brain's like, no brain should function this way. We're gonna dissociate, take ourselves elsewhere, but your body fully functioning at almost, I'm gonna say, Terminator levels.
There's no information coming in, so I don't remember it's a blackout, but it is a pure sustained euphoria.
Yes.
And I am told by people afterwards that I operate at a very high level. It's like you said, it's like the Terminator. I'm just constantly reading and reacting instantaneously. Almost like bullet time in the Matrix or the Flash or these, those guys.
Liquid metal.
You sorted all of my pensions.
Thank you, Bench.
Like, you took my pensions and you...
And how long did it take me to do that?
Oh
Did you put those in front of me?
You're so quick at math.
So quick. It was like 25 minutes and I had like 3 different pensions, and you managed to speak to every single one of them, get them all amalgamated into one, put it into like a better option for me.
Yeah,
so I was
how's
getting
that
like a higher
yield been for you?
Real good. And like this also involved phoning call centers, and this was at 2 a.m. in the morning, but somehow he knew the personal phone numbers of the customer service agents.
The investments that I put that pension into.
Yeah.
I looked at what they were after the fact, didn't recognize a single one of them.
No.
But these few years later, they have quadrupled.
Yeah. At the time,
I can see the future when I'm in this state of mind. It's unfathomable.
Your mind is beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful mind.
I love you so much,
Beautiful mind.
When you were in it, I watched you take a pen and you drew the graph onto the wall, which was controversial to begin with because it was a party taking place in the Children's Community Centre. And you drew the graph as it was, and then you drew where you thought it would be. And we all took photographs of it. Yeah. And 2 years later, when we found those photographs, we compared them to the actual stock market graph, and they were identical.
Yeah.
Like, you did tell the future in that state.
Soaring with
Crazy.
the Eagles.
crazy.
Well, I feel phenomenal about myself, and it sounds like I should be drinking a lot more Red Bull. But we gotta be getting on to the next story.
Yeah,
Bench, what?
I don't want to bring the vibe down. We don't have to necessarily bring the vibe down, but we just got to talk about what's going on in the world.
We have to. It's our obligation to the people of Driftwood.
Exactly.
Legally, contractually, morally.
Legal reminds us of that. Much
Emotionally,
to
grammatically. So,
dismay.
you guys might have heard that the Bosun's Guild has gone on strike.
How's bosuns?
Those bosuns have officially gone on strike. They're in current negotiations with the United Captains Alliances to try and raise the bosuns' wages, improve working hours, and of course, stop AI from taking over their jobs.
Of course.
Big problem. We know many ships these days have started integrating AI to, navigate sea routes, identify potential lost treasures, and compose emails. Those are, as we all know, key to the job, the day-to-day job of any bosun. And we want to say
those
that,
emails.
you gotta send those emails, to all the other swains,
Bosuns, boat
deck
swains.
hands, everyone else on the ship. And I just want to say to our listeners, on behalf of everyone on Good Morning Driftwood, we fully support the workers and the unions, and we hope
We are the working man's radio.
we are the working man's podcasts and
Podcast radio show.
podcast
Our words,
radio show.
Our words
We
are
are now
working
both.
people.
I've
Yeah.
heard.
Listen,
Apparently Matthias figured out how to also turn this into a podcast, which I'm excited about.
Oh.
What were you saying, Pam?
Okay. It's just when you mentioned that, it brought up something that I've been meaning to bring up, which is Bench. Every message you send us is written by an AI, right? Like we've kind of noticed that every email you send, probably you have not written it.
No,
So you definitely are using the AI.
I am using the AI.
I knew it. I knew it. Like we
They got
noticed.
you. They got you. The robots.
Okay.
Are you the words you're saying now?
Here's
Yeah.
the
Is
thing.
this you?
Here's the thing.
Or are they?
I feel bad. I lied. I'm not using AI. I don't get AI. I try to make my email. I want to seem smart to you guys in my texts, so I'm composing them in a way that I feel like that's what an AI
be
would do.
the
Oh
AI.
my God.
Bench. We accept you for
I feel
you.
so
Yeah.
behind on the times. I don't get how an AI does a bosun's job.
It's not for us to understand. It's for us to fight against.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
We're all scared of AI.
I'm
Bench.
really scared.
Bench.
It's terrifying.
I don't have a spot on the Doomsday Bunker.
You
Bench.
don't have to throw
Liquid
your
metal.
You don't have to throw your liquid metal. You don't have to throw your lot in with the AI to try to curry favor. What is the
Yeah.
point of the? We love you regardless of your involvement with AI. And to be honest, I prefer to get an email from my friend Bench and not from some type of bot AI butler.
I don't know if you remember this. I think I brought this up. I once emailed you telling you that I was attending the hospital because I was getting a little scan.
Yeah.
Just a run-of-the-mill scan. Your reply to me was basically as if I had Googled what an MRI scan was. And you basically sent me 3 paragraphs of Wikipedia content, which was incredibly unnecessary, not really asked for. Like it was very, you're trying to be an AI in your emails, you might be trying too hard. Like you're putting unnecessary levels of effort into
Yeah, so
this.
you're having to do all this research, write an email, and then
Should
the
I-
email
And then-
isn't even really that helpful.
And at the
So it's a
end
lot
of
of
it,
wasted energy.
you asked me, does this answer your question? And then asked me to give a star rating. And I was like, I didn't even ask a question. I just said I was going to be slightly late.
Okay, so if I'm starting from the beginning, should I not start every email with, hey, it looks like you're trying to write an email? Should I cut that part out?
Definitely
Cut that part
not.
out.
Just to put
Cut
all of the trappings and auspices of AI out of your emails and just answer from your heart, answer from yourself, from the mind of Bench, not the
let's
mind of
test this.
collective technology.
Okay. Give me an email and I'll come up with a response, a normal,
Okay.
simple response.
Hey, Bench, Dirk and I are going to go grab some lunch this Sunday. Do you want to join us?
There we go.
So
nice, straightforward.
If I
simple
wrote something
invitation.
back, I'd be like, hey, it looks like you're trying to write an email.
No,
Here's the
stop right
top
there.
3 restaurants
No.
in your area.
No.
Top 3 answer, I would say, hey, yes or no. Like I look
Yeah,
forward to it or I can't.
Okay.
What time?
Okay.
What time? Also, I like the top 3. So maybe, but I don't need the top 3 in the area.
No.
I want the top 3 of your favorite places to go. So it's like, hey, yeah, let's do it. How about, and then like a few options is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Are
try it
you
again.
going back to that place we went to last time? That was nice. Things
Yeah.
like that. That's all we need.
Okay, let me try again. So I'll write back. I'll start with like a, hey, it looks like you're trying to.
No,
No.
not the it looks like. We don't need the it looks like you're trying to anything.
Okay.
You can see,
Okay.
know
Okay.
that it's an email.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything. You know what's happening. So you can just accept that
I like to
it
set
is an
the
email
scene.
and that she did write an email
Mm-hmm.
and then move forward.
Okay. So okay. I'll start it just
Reset.
how you would respond.
Let's have
All right.
Penny tee it up again. So the
Yes,
first
give it to me again.
Hey, Bench. Dirk and I are going to go grab some lunch this Sunday. Do you want to join?
Dear Sir/Madam.
you know who
you know-
who sent the message. You know it was Penny sending the message. That's not a sir or Matt. That's not a sir/madam.
I feel like that already takes out my second option, which was going to be to whom it may concern.
Again, absolutely not. You know who
A
it
little
concerns.
better because it's just out of pure vagueness. But you know who it concerns.
Yeah.
You know it's
You could
Penny.
say Penny. You could say Penelope. You could say Pen. Like, I'll take any of the nicknames.
that you use to refer to her on a daily basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you come in this morning, and what did you say when you saw Penny?
Hey, Penny.
There
See?
you go.
That's how to start.
Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect
so I'll start it
opening to an
with
email.
hey, Penny.
There you go. That you really struggled with that, but you got there.
That was really
and I'm
difficult.
proud of you,
That was
buddy.
really
So
difficult.
there's a hey Penny, and then a comma, and then we continue.
And then it would be like Webster's dictionary defines lunch.
No,
We know what lunch is.
we know what lunch
We
is.
asked you to go for lunch.
She knew what lunch is because she invited you to it, and also she's a person, and you have lunch with her all the time.
Yeah. We'll eat lunch today.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, Penny, sounds great.
Oh, yeah. Great. Good.
Where do you guys want to go?
Oh my God, perfect.
Phenomenal. This is fantastic. Yeah, you've got it.
Here are top 15 restaurants.
No.
in-
We don't need the top. The top sounds like search results. When you say here are the top and then a number, any number, doesn't matter. If you could say here are, if they are your personal favorites, you could say here are my top 3, 5, whatever lunch
Yes.
places that I would love to go to.
Okay.
Like, you already know what Dirk's top favorite lunch places are because he brought out that guide.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. So you don't need to. You could just go the place we ate last time. Or if you want to be extra polite, but also incredibly non-committal, you just go, where are you thinking of going?
Where are you thinking
Boom.
of going?
Short and sweet.
No commitment for you. No making difficult decisions. You just go with the group.
Okay. So I should say, hey, Penny, it sounds great. Go with group. Since
Go with group.
The way you were saying it sounds like you're not going to add any punctuation. You are.
Hey, Penny,
in
sounds
my
great.
head-
Go with group.
That's
in my
one
head, it was
That
sentence.
all
also is
lowercase.
confusing when you just blur it all together like that. Go with group.
I'm just so worried about AI taking over my job, and I feel like
won't.
I need to get in there.
Well, if you just become more like an AI, that's almost kind of inviting the AI to take over your job because then there's no difference between you and the AI.
Yeah,
Bench, you need to
but
maintain your humanity
I will
to
take less money than the AI.
Bench.
Stop.
The AI doesn't cost any money. If you're willing to do that, you're going to put us all out of the job. And then just you have no dignity or respect for yourself. And you
Well-
won't be able to pay for
Yeah.
food and your place and anything.
Tactically, this is just so bad. Like, your
Yeah, we're
tactics
talking
are
about planning our
horrendous.
futures in this bunker and things. You're not setting yourself up for success professionally if you're becoming a worse AI because you don't have access to the information that AI
I
does.
didn't have a top 15 on the top of my head.
There
I
you
was going to
go.
need to do a lot of research to say that.
This
So
is it.
you're gonna be like an AI, except not have any of the information. You have none of the benefits
I don't
of
have-
of having human communication skills, which you have phenomenal communication skills,
And I don't have liquid metal.
and you don't have
You
liquid
don't-
metal
I don't-
either.
that's-
I
I
don't know if that's part of it right now. If that's
I
part
don't
of
think that's
AI,
the big part.
I think
It's
maybe
not.
that's sort of a down the line thing.
Yeah, I think at first it will be AI on computers that already exist.
Yeah.
Then maybe they'll build a a solid metal
autonomous.
casing. Yeah.
Independent.
I think the liquid metal part where they change into people you know, including clothing as well, I think that's way down the line.
Gonna take a while.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to come up to you going, "Where is John Connor?"
Yeah.
anytime soon.
And
I will not tell them if they ask me.
Do you know someone named John Connor at Bench?
I'm not going to answer that question.
I'm not an AI robot.
Are you?
No, I'm not an AI. I'm your pal Dirk.
Hey, Dirk, how would you
We
respond?
turkey together last night.
How would you
know
respond
me.
to an email? How would you respond to an email?
Penny, hit me with an email.
Hey, Dirk, we're going to play basketball on Thursday night. You in?
Sounds great. I'll see you there.
Perfect.
God, how would you do that?
Do you know?
By being a person, by responding to it as I would if someone asked it to me in real life.
Yep.
Well, if I were responding, as if it were real life, I could do that much easier. Again, I'm doing the mental
Put
exercise of
yourself
putting
in
that in an email.
You don't have to do that. You
give
don't
me
have to
one.
take that. Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Penny.
Penny, this is like speaking. This is not on an email. Hey, Penny, want to go get lunch later?
Hey! Exclamation point. Absolutely! Exclamation point. I would love to go get lunch. Full stop. Sounds like a great idea. Exclamation point. Can't wait. Exclamation point. Pen. Lowercase x.
Fantastic. Now
I
do
get
exactly what you
punctuation.
just did, but in an email.
Do exactly what I
The
just did.
same
but-
thing,
Okay.
but in email.
Okay. Give me one.
Well, no,
to
it's
respond
you.
to.
It's you giving the. You asked the question, and you said, "This is me asking a question."
Oh, I'm the sender.
Send
yes,
us an email.
because if that was you just now, you said right. You said that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
you
yeah.
talking, not in an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now do exactly what you just did. Same interaction,
Okay.
but just in imagine that it's in an email format.
Okay. I can do this.
Yes, you can.
Don't look at me. I
Okay.
can't. This is so much pressure.
Averting our eyes.
Hey, Penny.
You forgot my name.
I said I didn't know if I was going to go
Pen.
with Pen or Penny.
Sounded like you'd lost
You
track
should-
of the N.
let's keep
I'll-
confidence.
I'll
up.
Okay, this is
Keeps
not
confidence
helping.
up. He said, "Hey, Pen." This is
Pen.
great.
Hey,
great
Pen.
start. Very colloquial. Very affectionate. Good.
Semicolon.
Semicolon.
New line.
Okay. We're still good.
What's up?
Better.
It looks like
feel
you're trying
like-
to write an email.
No. Okay. And there we go. We're off the rails again.
It was
I'm
a
just
step in the right
gonna-
direction.
I
and
thought we were
400
there.
Sprints the other way.
if
Baby
you had
steps.
ended with "What's up," that's not a specific question. Like you asked a
However,
specific question last
Very
time,
much a
but it's
message I
still,
receive a lot, in the DMs.
You just get "What's up."
Yeah. So like that.
You get a lot of what's ups.
So like whilst not ideal, we're getting closer to what a human would send.
And you're sure
is
that's
more
not AI?
human.
Guarantee that's not AI.
Okay.
You don't look like you believe that.
I think it might be AI.
You not everything's AI. Okay.
I don't know what is or isn't AI. That's
know-
so distrustful.
Oh,
Look,
God.
Last time the cleaner came into the studio. Now we love Sandra. Great,
Shout out Sandra.
great,
Lovely woman.
lovely woman, has been the cleaner here at the studios for close to 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Last time Sandra came in the
14.
studio, you ran over to her and screamed, "You're liquid metal, you AI." And then you said a horrible word.
Yeah.
And then one that I cannot repeat on the air.
Robot.
And then you grabbed her and you went, "Liquefy yourself to get out of this one." Okay?
Mhm.
That was a 3-hour HR meeting we all had to
Yep.
sit in.
And bless her, Sandra laughed it off and was okay.
Yeah.
But it was a problem. You can't be talking to people like that.
No, you can't be accusing everyone of being a liquid metal robot.
Legal
I-
is all over us
Look,
about you grabbing
legally,
people and calling
Oh,
them.
Morally.
don't get me started about legal.
I'm gonna be honest.
I've
On this particular instance, I'm kind of on legal side.
Look, I've apologized to Sandra. That was out of line. That was not okay.
We love you, Sandra.
We love
You're
you, Sandra.
listening, just wanna send that
I
out.
apologize profusely. I understand what I did wrong in that interaction in many respects in terms of HR. What I don't think is wrong is because the day that someone is liquid metal and you assume that they're not, you're done.
Oh my God. I have no words.
I think this is going to be.
That's how I know you're not AI.
Because she has no words.
Because she hasn't. AI always got words. AI always got words.
AI always got words. That is a fair point, though. I can't fault you on that one. But I can fault you on pretty much everything else.
A lot of
Everything
things.
else.
Pretty
I'm
much everything
fallible.
else.
I'm fallible.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Support
we're
the union.
going to,
Join a union.
we're gonna send it to break. Good Morning Driftwood is brought to you by Novelty Mugs. Want to get other people to see you how you see yourself? Get a novelty mug. Everyone knows you're not the world's best dad or boss or oral sex giver, but if that's something you'd like them to think about you, then get a mug that insists that you are. And before you know it, everyone will believe it thanks entirely to subconscious repetition. Novelty Mugs, we thank you for your sponsorship. For Good Morning Driftwood, I'll see you soon. Good Morning Driftwood is executive produced and hosted by Zach Stewart, Laura Hotchkiss, and Daniel Kvoras. Engineered and produced by Zach Stewart. Music by Daniel Kvoras.